People who smile less make others uncomfortable. And most people don't even know why. It's not just the silence. It's the lack of signals. Because when someone doesn't smile, you can't read them. And when you can't read someone, you don't trust them. But here's the part nobody understands. They're not hiding anything. If anything, they're just not pretending. You're in a group. People are laughing, reacting, smiles being exchanged like a language everyone understands. And then there's you, still, composed, unreadable. You hear the joke, but instead of reacting instantly, you pause, because your brain doesn't respond automatically. It analyzes. Was it actually funny? Or just expected to be funny? Was that laugh real? Or just social conditioning? And in that moment, you realize something most people don't. A lot of reactions aren't real. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. So you stop forcing it. You stop smiling on command. You stop performing emotions just to make others comfortable. And that's where things start to change, because people notice. They may not say it, but they feel it. There's something different about you, something they can't quite explain. And this is where it gets interesting. People who smile less often see more than they should. They pick up on micro-expressions, tone shifts, hidden intentions, things most people ignore or don't want to see. And because of that, they don't react easily. Because when you understand what's beneath the surface-level reactions lose meaning. Psychologically, this is linked to emotional filtering. Your brain doesn't just feel, it evaluates. Before you express anything, it asks, is this real? Is this worth it? Does this person deserve that reaction? And most of the time, the answer is no. So you stay neutral. But here's the part nobody talks about. Neutral people scare others because they can't be predicted. They don't follow emotional patterns. They don't react the way they're supposed to. And that creates tension. Because people rely on expressions to feel safe, a smile means approval. A laugh means connection. But when those signals disappear, people don't know where they stand. And uncertainty makes people uneasy. So they label you cold, arrogant, unfriendly. Not because it's true, but because it's easier than trying to understand you. And this is where it gets deeper. Most people smile, even when they don't feel like it, to avoid awkwardness, to fit in, to be accepted, but you don't. And that makes you different. Because you're not driven by social approval. You're driven by authenticity. And authenticity is rare. But it comes at a cost. Because the more real you become, the more disconnected you feel from people who aren't. You start noticing patterns, fake laughter, forced kindness, conversations that mean nothing, and slowly, you stop engaging the same way. Not because you can't, but because it doesn't feel right anymore. And that creates distance. Not physical distance, but psychological distance. You're there, but not part of it. Listening, but not involved. Watching, but not reacting. And sometimes, that feels lonely. Because while everyone else connects through shared reactions, you're searching for something deeper, something real. But real is rare. And that's the quiet truth behind people who smile less. They don't lack emotion. They've just stopped wasting it. They don't react easily, because they've learned reactions have value. And not everything deserves that value. They don't open up quickly, because they've learned not everyone understands depth. And maybe that's why, when they finally do smile, it means something. It's not automatic. It's not polite. It's not expected. It's real. And real things don't happen often, so they don't give them away easily. They're not cold. They're controlled. They're not distant. They're selective. They're not emotionless. They just don't perform emotions for the world. And in a world where most people are constantly reacting, that kind of restraint feels almost unnatural. But it isn't weakness. It's awareness. It's control. It's understanding how people really are beneath the surface. So if you're someone who smiles less and people don't understand you, that's not your problem. Because not everyone is meant to understand depth. Some people are only comfortable with what's easy, what's visible, what's predictable. But you see beyond that. And once you see that much, there's no going back. You're not quiet. You're not cold. You're just aware. And awareness changes everything. Follow for more.